Tony's behind the wheel, on our first leg of the trip, heading from Brisbane Airport, heading north to the sunny Sunshine Coast.
You see they're doing a lot of infrastructure along the way, road infrastructure.
There's plenty of work going on in southeast Queensland, and road infrastructure, other transport, light rail, all the rest is all going on. Billions of dollars in infrastructure.
Well, that's a good start for jobs, isn't it, Peter?
It sure is.
5 minutes.
We're currently in Meridian Plains, which is very close to the Kiwana Hospital, which is a $2 billion plus project. And we're here, DevCon's the builder here for us. And they're building a bunch of houses obviously here. Many are own occupiers, but we have two clients in the low-rise ones, one on the very end which is almost ready for rent, and another one in construction, which is this one here, and then down further here with this two-story one, which is another client which is also almost ready for rent. And then there's more being built obviously coming up. So yeah, we're just here to do some inspections. We're going to walk through, make sure the quality control is what we to meet our expectations, and from there we'll give a video to our clients. Kitchen looks good. I like the subway tiles, very modern. Yep, ceiling fan and your aircon, dining and living areas. So we're on our way to Harmony now. Harmony Estate's a master plan community in Palm View, Sippy Downs. This is a brand new, we're just past the university, and here's a brand new Coles, and then just next to Coles is going to be a new Woolworths, major one. We've got Yui's over here on the right side. We're on the Yui's head office. It's just newly built. It's got around 2,000 people working in there. As I said, we're going past the university, the Sunshine Coast. It's growing at approximately 10% a year. So you can see this location is very close to lots of employment, amenities, medical centre. As I said, Yui's head office.
It's only just opened, actually, that.
It's only newly opened and meant to employ around 2,000 people in there.
No, it's actually over 3 now.
Over 3,000.
It's over 3,000 now.
So yeah, we head down here, then we're going to shoot off to our right, and we're going to get around the corner here, and pretty much you can walk easily to these locations, but by road it's probably about 5 minutes drive, so we'll come back when we get closer to Harmony. Okay, we've now come to Harmony by Avid, the developer, and just see it's a lovely entrance as you come into the estate. We've got a number of houses being built in here, and all our clients have paid way under the current value of the land, so there's been great developer uplift, one of the growth drivers we look for. But yeah, it's exciting to see our clients' houses under construction now and see how they're travelling. So I've just inspected our client's house that bought here, and the current value of the house is around $40,000 more than they paid for when they first purchased it. It rented within a few days, and when you're looking for an investment, that's what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to achieve gains straight from the day one, and rental quick. See that cash flow coming in, you've got your tax plans working for you, and the capital growth working for you. All around, you've got a full investment property returning you maximum returns. And at each stage in this development now, the land sales are going so quickly. They've been sold as soon as they come on the market. They're telling us that there's 20 people lined up at the sales office on a Saturday morning to buy the next release of land. Then it's all gone. So all that does is put more demand and push up more prices, which is exactly what we're after for our clients at PPA. Well, g'day again, Peter here. And we're at Harmony. As I said, we've got a number of clients who invested in here. They got in early, got the right price, and now prices have been pushed up dramatically. So you asked the question, would we put more clients in here? We certainly would if you look at the quality of the estate, the location to the university, major employers, the beach, the $2 billion plus Quina hospital, access to Bruce Highway. I mean, as far as location on the micro side of things, it certainly stacks up. And on the macro, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the Sunshine Coast and what's happening, there's still a long way to go for growth there. When you look at the amount of interstate migration coming to the Sunshine Coast, and the billions in infrastructure still to come. And as we all know, there'll be many Australians moving up here to retire over the next 15, 20 years as the baby boomers leave the workforce. Again, cashed up, pushing up prices. So yeah, we certainly love the location. But when we talk about this estate right now, because there's such demand, there's every land release, there's people lined up at the door waiting to get those blocks. So it's very hard to get land, and the land registration time, meaning when you can build on the land, when you can settle on the land and build on it, is being pushed back 6 months to 12 months now. So for investors, if they get in the market, yes, they can buy at the right price, lock their price in with PPA, which is very important, which you can't do with many other companies. You get that price locked in, a fixed price to today's prices. And yes, land goes up and building costs go up, but you don't pay any more, which is very important when you're doing an investment property. But the key is, how long will it take until the land's registered, and then to get the house built? You're coming in towards the main part of the growth cycle is coming towards not the end, but you've already had substantial growth. We talk about timing the property cycle and getting in early in that 6:30, 7 o'clock stage where the growth has just started. And that's why right now we love this location. If we can get fallovers, which means somebody couldn't move forward with their purchase due to a financial fallover or something that happens in their life. Therefore, through our connections with the developer and the best builders in the estate that work for us, then we can get that. We can pick up that land at yesterday's prices, which gives our clients that extra kickstart from day one, maybe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, depending on the size of the block and the timing and a bunch of things. But they're things we look for to give you a head start, rather than starting costing you money to buy. So you actually be behind from day one. We want you ahead from day one. That makes a massive difference for your long-term equity growth and your investment. Anyway, there's a few tips on the Harmony and around investing and timing and cycles. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, Tony here from PPA again, keeping it real. We're here today with one of the builders' representatives from DevCon. They've got a great little development right here on the coast, on the Sunshine Coast. We want to ask Peter a few questions, if I could. Pete, thanks for coming along and having a chat, mate.
Always good to catch up.
Appreciate that. Where are we exactly, this little development? Where is it located?
Yeah, so we're in the suburb of Watala on the Sunshine Coast, which is a seaside suburb between the hospital precinct of Quina and the ocean.
Beautiful. So really well located too, close to the hospital?
Very 2 kilometres from here by car.
And close to the beach too, right?
Yeah, about 800 metres.
800 metres, and right on the canal here?
Right on the canal, yeah.
So some of them will have views of the canal?
Yeah, 7 waterfront blocks here.
7 waterfront blocks.
Yeah.
And predominantly what sort of design are they, mate?
Yeah, so we've gone with a pretty contemporary design here. Probably a step up from the majority of builds that have been happening on the Sunshine Coast as late. With what we've had here happening in terms of infrastructure investment, we're now seeing a lot of, I dare say, better heeled people moving to the coast, wanting to rent for whatever reason, and actually demanding a better product. So we've gone here with a terraced dual key product, a 3-bedroom main unit with a double garage, and a 2-bedroom single car unit on the other side. So essentially 1 property, 2 rents.
Yeah, maximise the use of blocks, smart.
Yeah, 100%.
And location. I mean, that's perfect. What sort of rent would you expect to get from these 3 and 2-bedroom villa homes?
Yeah, we had these appraised between $820 and $875 a week. Obviously, if you're on the water, you're going to get a little bit more.
Yeah, of course.
Goes to say. And perhaps if you're at the back end, perhaps a bit less. But that range will be fairly conservative.
That's an outstanding return, Peter. Is that traditionally what they're getting on the coast, or these are just because they're up spec and a little bit higher design quality and location, you're going to get a higher return?
Yeah, look, I do think so. We've aimed for these returns, or recalculate these returns. They're probably somewhere around the 6.1 to 6.3%.
Fantastic.
Which as a gross yield, which I think is slightly higher than the average yield.
Yeah, that is high. That's strong. And demand is here high on the Sunshine Coast, especially with the new $2 billion hospital, stage 1 open, stage 2 underway, and really centrally located up here. So these traditionally should do really well.
Oh, look, I'm 100% confident this product in this area and what we've done here is going to really perform extremely well. As you said, the hospital is only now stage 1 open.
Yeah.
By 2021, that'll be fully open. There'll be 900 beds.
Yeah.
We're already feeling the ripple effect on the coast right now of all these people coming to the coast for work, because that's all brand new jobs. So we're talking about 3,000 brand new jobs. Just next to the hospital, Stocklands have just started development of their Britannia town centre called Oceanside. That's going to take about 4 years to construct.
Yeah.
And will employ nearly 6,000 people during that and at the end.
And this is locally, not far from here.
2 kilometres.
Fantastic. See, that's great. That's a great draw card for employment. Then they need the housing, and obviously that creates demand and pushes prices up. Peter, when are these due to start construction? Is this land almost ready to build on, or when will it be ready?
So the land is now under construction, like you said. We expect to have titles on the land somewhere around May, which, all things being well, the weather gods are kind to us. We would then be looking to start construction, I would say, let's say 1st of July.
So that's not long to wait. People have got to get the finance in order. It'll take them a while to get that organised, perfect timing to build. And with the hospital construction underway and Britannia, as you said, the town centre, magic, so close to the beach, and also proposed to have the light rail go up the main freeway here behind us.
Yeah.
What a great location with that as well.
Oh look, I've just been following a little bit of the light rail, what it's done for suburbs that have had that implemented. If you take somewhere like Southport, for instance, in the Gold Coast, those property values along that corridor have just ballooned. They've outperformed the other areas by far, and I don't see that being any different here.
No, I don't see that either once it starts. All right, mate. Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Talk again soon. There you go, mate.
Good, mate. Put in, buddy. Put in.
Putting in for a good start to the day, my man.
That's it, mate.
Brookfield.
So day 2's kicked off. Big day yesterday. I think it was 15 hours by the time we got up and got to Queensland and did our inspections. Had 4 meetings. Busy. But yeah, great outcome for our clients. They're very happy with the day. Today, day 2, we've kicked off heading from Brisbane down here to Logan, currently in Brookhaven. And we're about to make a short video of Brookhaven whilst we're here, and then look at a few houses under construction and look at a few new opportunities for clients, because this is a great master plan community by Fraser's, one of Australia's leading developers. So yeah, it's another busy day. We're going to cover southwest Brisbane and down all the way to the Gold Coast, and then back to Brisbane again. So another big day for Peter and Tony at PPA.
Hi, Tony here from PPA again, keeping it real. We're at the master planned estate by Fraser at Brookhaven today in Logan. Beautiful undulated, lifestyle driven estate. As you can see, it flows down through beyond this park. There'll be lots more blocks that come on. Most blocks have views. These guys we love because they're master plan developers that spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the infrastructure of the estate, and this particular one, because as I said, lifestyle driven, they're putting in millions of dollars more into lifestyle, meaning you've got walkways, waterways, parks, gardens, barbecue areas, nice areas for families to come and live and enjoy their surroundings locally, and because of that, it's mostly an owner-occupied estate, so very few investors in here, and very few investor builders allowed in here. We are lucky enough to have a couple of our builders that can get a few blocks in here for our very much valued viewers and clients to actually build serious wealth through the capital growth driven by ECB, established capital benchmark of those owner-occupiers spending, you know, thousands of dollars more, hundreds of thousands of dollars more for their house land packages here. All the services and amenities, schools, shops, recreation, preschools, childcare, all of that is close by, if not in the estate. They are building a nice sized shopping centre here, a little retail and commercial area, but it's very lifestyle driven. It's close to the M1 to get down to the Gold Coast or north into Brisbane. Train is within about 7 minutes drive. New shopping centre just on the edge of the Stocklands Vale estate, 3 or 4 minutes up the road. So everything is here now, but it's just a beautiful little master planned estate by Fraser, one of Australia's big developers, and it's quality. 130. We love the quality, and the price point is very good too. We can get people in here for as low as $430,000 to $445,000 for a 4-bedroom house land package, when most owner-occupiers are paying over $500,000. So great capital growth potential, and they rent really strongly, well over 5% yield. Thanks for listening. PPA keeping it real again on the road. Hi, Tony here from PPA, keeping it real again. Just want to show an example of a really good value, high quality, high inclusion, dual occupancy property. It's behind us here. It's about to hand over. It's a 2 and a 3 bedroom combined with a dividing wall down the centre, soundproof fire rated wall down the middle, from concrete to underside of roof sheeting. But the main thing is these rent for really good returns, and as you see, the quality is quite good. The landscaping and finish is quite good by DevCon, one of our preferred builders. This is access to the smaller 2-beddy around the side, and the main access for the 3-beddies through the front. Returns on these, the cost of these house land packages, dual occupancy, was around $505,000 to $530,000, depending on the size of the block and the design. Returns via rent around $680 to $700 a week. So really good cash flow return to increase your cash flow. But more importantly, this area is going to grow in value and capital growth too, because we're within walking distance of Bethania train station. We're in walking distance of Bethania shopping centre, and they're going to upgrade the train station into a major train station. And you also got a swim centre, recreation centre behind us here for kids and families to enjoy, barbecues, playing fields, sporting facilities. And it's not far to Logan Motorway, with a new intersection straight onto Logan Motorway. They're building in the next year to 2 years. It's fully approved, but it's good access off Station Road at the moment on the Logan Motorway to get either out west to Springfield or into the CBD of Brisbane or down to the Gold Coast via the M1. So great location, but the quality and the finish, I just want to show you, it's about to hand over. It's a really nice investor quality, higher inclusion, finished product that'll rent really well and give you strong capital growth. Thanks for listening. PPA keeping it real. Hi again, Tony here from PPA keeping it real. Now this video is predominantly about a quality investment property over a poor quality investment property, and what we're showing you right now is a quality investment property one of our clients bought or purchased about 4 years ago in this quality golf course estate, right? And specifically the difference in the finish and landscape and the ECB, established capital benchmark of houses around this area. If you have a look around the location here where we are, there's a lot of owner occupiers spending sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars more to have their house than our clients bought this for, which is sub 400. It's now valued at around 550,000 4 years on. So really good return, and it rents really well. I mean, it's renting $450 or $470, I think now actually, a week, and they paid less than $400,000. So good returns cash flow wise, great location, golf course estate, close to a major motorway, close to a major business park, employing some 50,000 people now. It really does tick a lot of boxes that give you that capital growth and stronger cash flow. but more importantly, a nice location, over a location where there's so many investors down the street and too many rental properties. This is in an estate where there's very few rental properties and more owner occupiers, so it will make a big difference. Thanks for listening. Tony from PPA. Until next time. Hi, Tony here again from PPA, keeping it real. We've literally just gone across the road from a quality estate where there's quality owner occupied predominantly and not many investors, to a lower inferior quality estate across the road where they're predominantly investors in this estate. You might pay a lower price, but you get an inferior build, as we can see with these two here as an example, and the whole street's got a lot of these in them, in the street. Inferior build means inferior return, inferior capital growth, and more likely maintenance issues down the track. PPA only use quality builders to build high quality standards with fittings and inclusions and fixtures and appliances that will last longer. And it's important that not only the location is right and the demographics of that location and the infrastructure and the services and amenities, but the quality in the estate itself, and most importantly the quality of the build and what you get for your money, what you get per square metre, is really important. So we want to show the difference between not only a poor quality estate that can be very close to a really nice estate where the median price will be much lower, or much higher. In this case, much lower than across the road where the median was around about 550, 600. In here, be around about 4 to 450. And you're not likely to get a lot of capital growth because there's way too many investors. It's like an investor hovel in some of these streets where you have half the street investors and a lot of lower inferior grade builds. So, keeping it real again, guys, Tony from PPA. Thanks for listening.
We're coming into a lovely development by Sunland on a Hope Island, and this is actually on its own island within Hope Island, so a pretty special development. And as you can see, it's some beautiful houses on the left hand side. When you go around the other side, there's actually we'll do a quick spin around the block before we head to the into development. As you're coming along here, you can see there's lots of beautiful $1 million homes on to the canal. Obviously got some money. Look at the size of these houses and boats along here. And then up here on the left and right sides, there's some beautiful homes as well. Yeah, these houses in the $1 million plus. And our clients bought in here for $450,000. So incredible value for their money, but they're amongst these amazing $1 million mansions. We'll cover more shortly.
Hi, here we are again, Tony from PPA, keeping it real. We're at a Sunland quality community development here at Hope Island, one of their high quality developments right on the water at Hope Island. This whole area of the development is surrounded by water. So it's surrounded by $1 million homes, some beautiful homes, and it's surrounded by water and canal front land. So you see yachts and boats in the distance, and we'll take you out the front in a minute and show you some of the $1 million homes across from this development on the other side of the road and the other side of the canal. But we just wanted to point out the quality of the location of their estates and their community developments, because it's not only about quality in the actual townhomes they build that rent really well, always above 5%, always gain strong capital growth in the first few years under construction and beyond that. But it's also about, like I said, the location, and this particular one's on its own island at Hope Island. Water frontage, you can't go wrong. Northern Gold Coast. Gold Coast is moving considerably now with the Commonwealth Games. This is a standout, and these rented very quickly. The price point was around $500,000, and they're already valued at somewhere between $550,000 and $570,000 a year and a half on. So extremely good capital growth. They rented out straight away, but we just wanted to show the position of quality developments that we would promote to our clients and encourage them to invest in. We'll show you out the front now. Thanks for listening. We'll talk shortly. Hi, Tony from PPA again, keeping it real. Here we are out the front now of the Sunland development. You'll see in the background here the canal. canals just down further. But what I wanted to show you is, look, the quality of the house, the townhomes are very high. The fit outs and fixtures are all above average. You know, porcelain tiles, stone bench tops, soft closed doors, stone throughout, you know, beautiful high spec finish. But the location's what we were talking about, Green Hope Island, in the area with a median price of over $1 million. And if you come round behind you, Peter, you'll see some of the big homes that I'm talking about, right across the road here, that are across from the development, a beautiful park here. It's a really nice park. And you'll see that one of the reasons they rent and gain capital growth in this location is the fact that the median price is high and the amount of owner-occupiers in this area, not just some of the people renting, because a lot of them are owner-occupiers, so it pushes the price of capital growth much faster. You get a higher cash flow return from rent, and higher, and the people care about their houses more too. They spend more on their landscaping, they spend more on the quality of the homes they build. And that's one of the good points about Sunland. They put in mature trees, it's architecturally designed gardens, and parks and beautiful nature areas and recreation areas for people to enjoy the rent there. It adds capital growth, and it all adds to the return on investment through rent. So thanks a lot for listening. Tony from PPA, keeping it real. Until next time. Hi, Tony here from PPA again, keeping it real. Sorry about the glasses, guys. It's a bit sunny out here today on the northern Gold Coast, but we're here today at one of Sunland's new developments called the Heights, which is in northern Coomera area, just a few minutes drive north of where they're building the new shopping centre, the $1 billion shopping centre near the train station down here in the new TAFE College. But we want to show you the quality of Sunland again. Can't emphasise it enough. They put so much money into their architectural gardens, their streetscape, their lighting, and obviously their houses, their design of their unique townhomes, which are stunning. I mean, you'll see here, we're standing in their massive, I think it was $2 million park we're standing here in beautiful homes behind me. But Peter, if you sort of just run around and show them the park, just show them everything that they've sort of put into this park and why it's so special. Great area for families to come and enjoy on weekends, kids to run around, plenty of open space. It's absolutely huge. It's the centrepiece of the Heights, and there will be shops at the front, pretty much in front of where Peter is showing you now. Behind those first lot down there will be shops, a lot right along the road, retail shops, and obviously right up behind us will be more and more land that comes on for houses, more so than townhomes, for detached houses. And there's still some great opportunities with Sunland available in here, that you know, we can get our clients at PPA better deals and better opportunities than pretty much everyone else. We've had a great relationship with Sunland for a long time, many years, and we get opportunities before most ever see them. So if you are interested in anything like Sunland have, especially here at the Heights, please give us a call. But we really wanted to show you the quality, because everything they do is up specification. You know, from stone bench tops, soft closed doors. And I mean stone bench tops throughout all the vanities, wet areas. They have bigger square metres, nice big garages with storage, double story that takes in the view, with the aspect always taking in the light and the view and the breeze better than most designs, because they're architecturally designed, along with the gardens. The gardens are spectacular, mature trees. They really do everything better. So what does that equate to? Higher capital growth, higher cash return from rental, and rental vacancies that are really low. They rent out straight away a lot of the time by the end of construction, and we're seeing, you know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 capital growth under construction for a lot of Sunland properties. But these are no different. Stunning, and we just want to show you the quality. Thanks for listening. Tony, PPA, keeping it real, guys. Until next time.
Well, it's day 4 now. Yesterday we had a big day at a conference, which was all pretty much more research. We went to see Bernard Salt, who's Australia's leading demographer, or one of them. He gave some great insights on what's driving Queensland and specifically the southeast corner with Sunshine Coast, Gold Coast and Brisbane, what's happening in the future, which is great news for investors who are already in and moving to get into this location. And today it's another research trip and inspection of houses out in the southwest of Brisbane, and we're now at a new estate called Pollara, and I'm about to interview Tony to tell you all about it.
Hi, Tony here from PPA, keeping it real again. Well, today, guys, we're out in Brisbane southwest in the Brisbane City Council, only about 19 kilometres south of the CBD, in a new estate by Stocklands called Pollara. This is a unique, smaller estate that's surrounded by natural parkland, native environment, can't be built out around it. So it's unique, and it's an upgrader estate, meaning that a lot of more expensive homes are going in here with a higher covenants, so a higher quality of finish and streetscape and nicer parks. And the price starts at around $480 for a 4-bedroom house land package, should rent for around 5%, so around $480, $500 a week rent. So good returns rental wise. They're also building a shopping centre to my right, just beyond our little silver car there. And beyond that again is a major business park to go in, probably 3 to 4 years away, but that'll draw a lot of jobs to the area. You've got a myriad of schools, transport, major freeways close by. Trains probably a little bit further, but it's still access by a short drive. And it's a really nice presented estate, close to the CBD of Brisbane. There's no other brand new estate closer, and it's a Stocklands estate. Stockies do a great job. We're spending money on infrastructure and quality parks and gardens and barbecues and recreation and services and amenities. They do a better job than nearly all other developers. Definitely one of our preferred developers, and we think this is a quality estate. So thanks for listening. Tony from PPA, keeping it real.
So we're entering into the start of the Pollara estate. You can see the quality of the homes. This is certainly no investor estate. This is all mums and dads building quality houses. And when we talk about ECB, Established Capital Benchmark, this certainly ticks all the boxes. Look at these houses. They're spending $200,000 or $300,000 or more than what our clients will be spending here to buy a house land. And those extra value in the properties drives up the value of your property. And then look at developer uplift. Stocklands are renowned for quality estates, high covenants, and they keep pushing up their prices in their stages as it goes from one stage to the next. And that developer uplift can mean instant equity for you in your pocket as an investor. Anyway, this is a quick view of what's happening here at Pollara. We're in Springfield Central here, on our way to Springfield Rise, which is a new development by Lend-Lease right on the town centre of Springfield Central, where we've got all the hospitals and universities, and as you can see, a lot of high-end businesses call this home as well. So yeah, as far as location-wise, Springfield Rise, it's right on the edge of all this, walking distance to the train station, shops, schools, universities, hospitals. So location, the boxes are ticked in every area.
And up here you got Mudder Hospital.
With the university there. All this land here is set for the more expansion of the hospital. You can see the hospital there, right in front of us. And as we're turning right here, we're heading up to Springfield Rise, which is directly behind this construction site going on right here, which is I believe a nursing home. And the land right in front of us is Springfield Rise.
I think it is, no, St. Peter's. St. Peter's.
Again, we talk location. We've got St. Peter's private school right here, and then a public school in front of us over here. So the schools, and when you look straight to your right, we have Tony, but we also... Hey Cameron and Antoinette, how are you this morning? Look, I'm at your home. We've done an inspection this morning, things are looking very good, but I'm going to take you through a walkthrough. It's looking very nice on the outside. And what I like is these two big houses next door, and where we talk about ECB, Established Capital Benchmark, you'd be assured they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars more than what you are, which will help drag up the value of your property. And that's the things we look for when we're looking for location for people, so you can sort of have a feel as you walk through. All this will be all obviously cleaned up well before handover, but yeah, look, nice tiled entrance. Coming through the main door is our painter doing a wonderful job. I'll sneak through there if I don't mind, buddy. Thanks very much. And this is one of the bedrooms looking out, a nice outlook into the bush. Buddy.
All good, mate.
G'day, Peter here, PPA, keeping it real. You've heard us go on about Sunland and how wonderful they are as a developer. We've come to their new estate, which has just got DA yesterday in Brisbane's north. It's about 10 k's from the CBD and it's infill development. It's going to be 91 terrace homes built here for very, very affordable, from 475k to 580k, well below their competitors in this area, and we know their quality will be much higher, with good yields around 5%. Again, you can see around us here, it's an elevated location, nice and green, leafy location, and as you look in the distance where Tony's showing you now, you can see there's some very large homes. It's a high income area, and these are all the things we're after, surrounded by shops, schools, and all the things you need for strong capital growth and rental demand. And we know Sunland do such a great job with their quality. So we've come here early. It's going to be released in April, but we want to get out to our clients and let you know that if you want to get into the Brisbane market in a great location for strong growth, close to CBD, approximately 10 k's from the CBD, you really can get a great investment for under $500,000. And PPA will have some special, we always have something special with Sunland because they look after us, because we have so many valued clients that go through Sunland because they get great results. And every one of our clients that's bought Sunland has had huge results, and we're very confident that this is another location that will be no different at all. It'll be great again. So thanks very much. We appreciate your time and keeping it real. And as we head to the airport, it's the end of another successful PPA research and property inspection trip.